Yeah, sports show. Yeah, sports show. Yeah, sports show. We get it on. Yeah, sports show. Yeah, sports show. Yeah, sports show. We get it on.
Yeah.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another episode of the Yerrr Sports Show, episode 92. I am your host, Big Baby, a.k.a. the soul of R&B. And at the bottom of the pyramid.
You're working on your Rosetta Stone, huh?
I'm working on my Rosetta Stone and my Hooked on Phonics. We have BK Matt.
What's going on, y'all? What's going on? I feel like death right now. This is bad.
Man, make sure you get some sleep after this. Word. And to the top right, we have always on time, a.k.a. the Queen Tay.
How about them Packers?
We're not starting this shit. We're not doing this right now.
No, that's what we started with. And we're going to start it like this. The floor is mine. Sorry, I pressed it again. The floor is mine. All right?
I didn't authorize this.
You don't have to. I'll authorize everything. So, the Green Bay Packers. BK Matt's Green Bay's Packers.
First of all, they're not my Packers. I'm just a fan of our soon-to-be two-time MVP in a row, back-to-back.
I want to hear you talk because I'm going to talk about him. So, Aaron Rodgers. So, first and foremost, let's get into the fact that the special teams clearly didn't give a damn about Aaron Rodgers and him winning this game. Let's give the smoke to them because you give up a block punt and a block field goal. How? I don't know. Second, the blame has to go a little bit. I'm going to give about 20% to Mr. Aaron Rodgers for going 20 of 29 and not scoring a single touchdown. Granted, we have to give credit to the 49ers defense who did what they had to do. But for the person who has thrown for 37 touchdowns and 4 interceptions in the season, which he will be the presumptive MVP, it don't look good. It don't look good at all. And the optics will be shown more forward towards him not throwing a touchdown more than special teams not doing what they're supposed to do. Is it fair?
Bullshit.
Is it fair? Slightly is fair, but at the end of the day, your MVP did not throw a touchdown at all during the game.
I just find it very funny that when certain quarterbacks they have games where they don't freaking throw a touchdown. Nobody says shit about them.
But this is the game. That's the only difference, right? This is the game. This is the game. This was the game for Aaron Rodgers and the Packers to put up or shut up. And at the end of the day, this adds on and piles on to the narrative that he can't win during the playoffs. You get what I'm saying? So if there were any if there were any game that it was for him to try to pull out a win, it should have been this one. I feel as if, yes, we assign only 20% of the blame to Aaron Rodgers, and 20% for Aaron Rodgers during an MVP season is a lot. You get what I'm saying? Given the fact that, yes, the 49ers didn't do a great job, but the Packers didn't do a great job either. They played just enough. They played as if they just had to just hold them, and it wasn't that simple. Yes, special teams shit the bed. Yes, it was terrible, but this was their game, the game. in a game they should have won.
It is a game they should have won. Matt, your thoughts on this?
My thoughts is I agree with everything that y'all saying. I just, like I said, my whole thing with the whole argument and me being in Facebook jail all week is predominantly because I feel like this whole narrative of, oh, he's not great and oh, he's overrated and all that other, I think it's all bullshit. You can't here's my thing. We hear all this talk about how football is a team sport and all this other crap, but when everything goes wrong with certain players that you don't like, y'all place the blame on that one person. Like Tom Brady can get all the credit in the world, but when he loses, the blame doesn't go on Tom Brady. It goes on the rest of the team.
It doesn't go on Tom Brady because he plays. No. He does what Aaron Rodgers didn't do. He tries to take it. This is why it's because yes, you're right. Football is supposed to be a team sport, and you're right also when the quarterback gets the blame if they don't perform. But I know that if Tom Brady's on that field, he's going to give his all. He's going to try. Aaron Rodgers looked like he did not want to even be there. He looked like he wanted to be anywhere else, even dinner with his parents, other than being at that moment at that time. You get what I'm saying? And that is what it was for me. He looked like, oh well.
What it was for me,
and he's overrated.
He's not overrated.
Okay, he's a great. I'm not gonna stop the narrative. He is a great football player. He is a great quarterback. Yes, but is he on the same level? This was the argument is. They tied him for top quarterback of the ESPN tied him for top quarterback of the decade against Tom Brady. That's not his level. That's not where he is. Overrated in that capacity. They you always hear about, oh, he's the great, he's that man, he's that this. But that man hasn't won a playoff game in over 5 years.
But this is what I'm saying. Why do y'all solely grade a person's greatness only by Super Bowl wins and playoff wins? Like we can all sit there and think like, yo, Peyton Manning, and this is one of the topics that I brought up. Peyton Manning is a great quarterback. We don't second guess that, but his playoff percentage and his playoff numbers aren't great at all. Eli Manning didn't go quarterback, but I'm saying, but his record is his record. His record is worse than Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, but look at the quality of quarterbacks. Look at the quality of quarterbacks that Aaron Rodgers went through to get to the playoffs, and freaking Peyton Manning had to go through Tom Brady, right?
Okay, and Aaron Rodgers lost to Tom Brady last year. He lost to Jimmy G the year before that.
Yeah, but Jimmy G, nobody don't even talk about Jimmy G at all.
Like I said, Jimmy G didn't. Granted, Jimmy G played a better game than Aaron Rodgers did on Sunday, but that's solely because he made that last run for that field goal. That's it. Other than that, he didn't play a great game. If anything, special teams beat Aaron Rodgers. And Aaron Rodgers solely his biggest problem is he becomes predictable in certain aspects of this season. He targets Adams too much. There was times where Lazard was open and he still went to Adams. There's like 2 plays where they showed where Lazard was open and he didn't hit Lazard at all. So I mean, again, I'll give Aaron Rodgers the blame on certain aspects, but we're not gonna sit there and pretend like ultimately the reason why this game played out the way that it played is because the field goal got blocked and the punt got blocked. Yeah, the game was over, and they throw a flag for 2 players being on the field.
But you can't do that when the game was so close. You get what I'm saying? Like it's just there's certain things that clutch quarterbacks do. I'm just saying, all right, you have a star student in your class, right? Star student, you're gonna hold them to a different regard as you are your average students or your above average students. And when it comes to star performances, Eli Manning wasn't compared to Tom Brady. Neither was Peyton Manning. Peyton Manning got ranked under him. But what I'm saying is, given the fact of Aaron Rodgers cannot win a game when it's on the line during the playoffs. And that, to be honest with you, when you talk about greatness, we're not just talking about Super Bowls and rings. We're talking about performing when it counts.
But what I'm saying is,
Mm-hmm.
in a lot of these playoffs, we can pinpoint probably 2 games where it was more likely Aaron Rodgers' fault they lost.
Mm-hmm.
We're not gonna sit there and pretend like this man throws garbage numbers in the playoffs because he doesn't. There's been games he lost because his defense was trash. He put up 45, but the defense gave up 51. We're not gonna forget. We forget these games. All we want to solely focus on is, Aaron Rodgers didn't win. You get what I'm saying? It's not all right. But because a lot of people don't like Aaron Rodgers and the name that he carries, because everybody looks at him in a high regard because of his talent, we're going to pinpoint little shit to make it seem like he's not as great as he is.
I think outside of us, we know how great Aaron Rodgers is. So I get what you're saying. I think the thing is the compiled amount of times him not winning when it counted all the way up to this. I think they're putting that all together. Like,
yeah, they're putting it all together. But again, I can name like the last 6 attempts. I can probably give you 2 times it was Aaron Rodgers' fault, and one of them just happened. I would say probably I would give a little bit of blame on him on Sunday. Other than that, it's either his defense, his stupid ass coaching, because we all see it now. Mike McCarthy ain't as great as everybody make it seem like he is. He's had 2 soon to be Hall of Fame freaking quarterbacks, and he has 1 ring to show for it. He can, like, really. So I mean, let's be realistic. Matt LaFleur ain't worth a damn either.
Mm-hmm. No,
but all we're gonna focus on is Aaron Rodgers didn't run the ball. He still tried to flip it in the end zone and he fucked up that play. But we're not gonna talk about Matt LaFleur kicking a fucking field goal and just giving the fucking ball up.
Matt LaFleur is just as much to blame to me, if not more. You know, he shows that he can't coach. He shows that he can't coach when it counts. I don't think he's a great fit for the Green Bay Packers at all. And I feel as if I will stop the talk about Aaron Rodgers, and I have to end on this. I'll stop the talk about Aaron Rodgers when he goes to another team, God willing, and shows us what he can really do under a system that works for him. You get what I'm saying? But he doesn't do hero ball.
Not every quarterback is a hero.
Yeah, but the thing is, when you're compared to a great, when you're compared to the all-time greats, there's a certain level of fortitude that you have to bring to the table. And I don't feel like he brings that to the table when it counts. During the regular season, yes. During the postseason, no.
I can give you that. I think you guys both make like good arguments about it. I think that we just have to see.
And I just think that people are hard on Aaron Rodgers because of the caliber that he's held to. Jimmy G is not going to get that smoke because he's not held to that caliber. You get what I'm saying? Eli Manning is not going to get that smoke because he was not held to that caliber. He was a fluke. That's what people say.
I'm more or less disappointed in a lot of these football fans and a lot of football fans that I like opinions that I hold, of importance. That will sit there and go, Aaron Rodgers is a joke or Aaron Rodgers choke. I don't think 20 for 29 with no turnovers is him choking. That's one. I don't think him throwing for 400 and something plus yards but still losing is him choking. I can understand if the boy turns over the ball. It's rare. So how is that man choking if there's certain aspects of this game that doesn't solely rely on him? Like I said, Matt LaFleur knew that his special team sucked all year. He is in last place in special teams all year. Let's be clear. Tom Brady had a great game, but his QB rating was trash.
Yeah, Tom Brady didn't play the best of games either, but I think it goes back to what a little bit of what Taze just said in terms of holding like where Aaron Rodgers is placed amongst most football fans compared to the quarterbacks that he's playing against and losing. Yes, granted, the game is not quarterback versus quarterback. The game is quarterback versus defense and quarterback versus defense.
Yeah, because the
But
perfect example was Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes. So we're gonna blame Josh Allen for the reason why they lost? No.
no, but
Blame that
at
on
the
the
same
defense.
time, but at the same time,
Not
Josh
holding
Allen
for 13 seconds.
right. But at the same time, Josh Allen in Josh Allen's defense, kind of, he held that game together. I feel like Josh Allen held the game together more than Aaron Rodgers held the game together for the Packers. But I think that's that's kind of a slippery slope to kind of
that's
right
the
there.
slope that we're talking about.
Yes, but no,
That's
I'm not.
This what we're talking about.
Yeah,
there's
but I
only
agree.
so much a quarterback can do.
I understand that completely. And before we finish on, shout out to Queen Tay. She is on the road right now. But she sends her love to everybody. She had to go, but in terms of what we were just talking about, since we're gonna go over to the next game, actually, we're gonna go over to we'll do pick five
Amongst
real quick.
ourselves.
Yeah, we'll do pick five amongst ourselves. But as far as the rankings right now, Tay and Matt are tied.
Can't believe this.
Tay and Matt are tied. I'm in last. Peter's in third. But between first and second is only a game. So this weekend is going to be crucial to pick five, because the next game after that is the Super Bowl, unless we're doing the damn AFC versus NFC in the damn Pro Bowl, which that's always a toss up anyway.
Real shit. This is the Rams. This is the Rams Super Bowl to win. At this point,
is the Rams Super Bowl to win, or we may see
Patrick Mahomes.
We may see
Patrick Mahomes shit.
To go into that, we'll go into today's topic off that, because that's something I want to speak about real quick. So Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen basically had a thriller last week. Patrick Mahomes came out on top, shows why he's the future of the NFL, and so is Josh Allen. My question to you, Matt, is this the next great quarterback rivalry that we're gonna have for years to come?
Oh, we knew that 2 years ago. Mm-hmm. Look, that is 100% probably the best division game I've ever seen. And I'm not gonna sit there and make believe like I'm the biggest, football, enthusiastic person. I'm not.
Mm-hmm.
You all know basketball is my sport. I do watch football here and there, to gather an opinion.
Mm-hmm.
But I will say that was probably the best football game that I've ever seen. It was a shootout. It was chess, and we had this conversation last episode where we were like, it was up in the air. We were expecting Josh Allen to do big, and he damn well went big. And again, it's not his fault that they lost. There's only but so much you can do. It ultimately, resides into the defense and giving up 13 seconds to Patrick Mahomes and Tyreek Hill, who I'm not even gonna hold you. My man got slave feet. The man chucked up the deuces, and dude had an angle on him. I don't even know how he did that. It was just Tyreek Hill is amazing. I don't even know what more you can say about that dude. If he gets two steps in, he's gone. There's nothing you can do about it.
The man's nickname is the Cheetah. So
it's just amazing. And like I said, ultimately, what can you do if the defense shits the bed? So I mean, and I can't even fully blame them. But then again, I'm like, you know what? 13 seconds, bro. You could have held them.
Yeah, and that's the thing. That's the thing right there. We go back to holding accountable. Like I said, Josh Allen played the best game of his life.
His career.
That's the 100%. Best game. Yeah, that was the best game of his life. And his defense let him down. And it's crazy. So now the Chiefs are going into a game against, I believe,
Joe Burrow.
Against the Bengals. And my question to you now is, are the Chiefs overlooking the Bengals? Or are
100%.
they? Yeah, if the Chiefs are overlooking the Bengals, will that come back to bite them? Because we were talking about the weapons that, Mahomes have. 3 of the Bengals receivers have at one point in time led their team in receptions and yards, all that stuff. So
I wouldn't say they're proud. I want to say yes and no. They're overlooking the Bengals. I mean, it hasn't been that long ago that the Bengals spanked them. It might have been week 17.
Yeah,
so I mean,
they beat the Bengals beat them to in order to really hold down their playoff spot.
So yeah, I think Andy Reid knows what he's facing.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a matter of, again, I'm not gonna hold you. I'm not gonna have the same mentality that I had last week. Patrick Mahomes showed that he's still Patrick Mahomes.
Absolutely.
Like I said, we're talking about these young dynamic quarterbacks and Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes, but Joe Burrow's in that fight. And I want to say also that what's his freaking name? The Philly, what's his name from Philly? Forgot his damn name. It's that quick. Wilkins is gonna kill me. I can't remember the damn
quarterback. Or
yeah, he's even something that you should
Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, Jalen Hurts. He's even somebody that you should pay attention to. There's a lot of good quarterbacks, but leading the charge is Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes. Then you also got Stratford, who's coming into his own after shitting the bed in Detroit for so long, but that's not necessarily his fault.
Yeah, the whole Detroit thing was just bad. It was bad
because Detroit sucked. But give him the necessary weapons, and he's putting it on the GOAT in the GOAT's home. So I mean, like, you gotta. And I also want to apologize to Pete. I was wrong. Cooper Kupp is that guy. Clearly,
not just to Pete. What you do? You talk about play. We all said it.
I gotta. But
you know what? And you're not completely wrong, because at the end of the day, like Devontae Adams is a dog.
Yeah.
And my man's is about to be a free agent next year, and we got to see where he falls, because I'm sure if that domino falls, I'm pretty sure Aaron Rodgers is going about his business.
I feel like they're a package deal, bro. Wherever one decides to go, I feel like the other's gonna go. They're just a package deal.
Mm-hmm.
And Cobb might be right along with him. I know Lazard probably got like 2 more years on him, I believe. And they losing their line, the Smith brothers, right?
Yep.
So I mean, Green Bay is gonna be in the world of trouble if they don't figure their shit out. And back to the subject of Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes. I truly believe they're gonna surpass Peyton and Tom Brady. Like, I feel like Patrick, and I said this in the chat the other day, I feel like if there's anybody close to can catch anything that Tom Brady has done, I feel like Patrick Mahomes is that guy. Because when we talk about Aaron Rodgers and his greatness, when we talk about his greatness, we're talking about his talent, not necessarily his accolades, right?
Right.
Patrick Mahomes is the closest thing to Aaron Rodgers' skill-wise as a quarterback. And the funny thing is, he can probably back up with his accolades, whether with Super Bowl title wins, owning the damn division, because that's pretty much where he's leading to. They've been in the Super Bowl like the last 2 years.
2 out of 4 years. 2 out of the last 4 years.
2 out of the
4. Yeah.
2 out of the 4. No, it might have been 3.
Last 3. 2 out of the last 3 years. 2 out of the last 3 years they've been in the Super Bowl, and
because I think Tom took him out the first one.
Tom took him out the first one and won. No, Tom took them out the first one. I think then they
They
lost to the
lost.
Eagles.
They lost to the Eagles.
Yeah. Then they won, and then Tom beat them in the Super Bowl. I do think that's going to be the next great quarterback, you know, feud rivalry because Josh Allen, we got on him last year for not stepping up and turning up. This year came into the playoff focus. They beat the tar shit out of the Patriots, and they had Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs on their heels. But it's like what we always say about Patrick Mahomes. When he's down, he plays the best when he is down. I don't understand why, but when he is down, he plays the best.
But that's the Kansas City Chiefs team that we're used to seeing. That goes back to what we're saying. Like, we don't know which formation of the Chiefs we're going to see. And you know, that's the Chiefs that we're used to seeing. Patrick Mahomes playing with his back against the wall and creating moments. And that's pretty much what he did. I mean, a lot of people could argue that it could be the coin toss, and a lot of people can argue it would be the 13 seconds that the Buffalo Bills defense shit the bed. It could be anything, but it was so many moments in that game that it was a classic.
It was hard to pinpoint one, but like I said, if we could pinpoint any, it's like I said, it's really that 13 seconds of hell that Pat Mahomes gave to the Bills. So moving on,
he exposed Dak Prescott too. Just throwing that out. I'm sorry, Ashley.
How about them Cowboys?
Sorry.
But
I'm sorry, but it is what it is.
So we spoke about Aaron Rodgers and him potentially leaving, but Tom Brady also lost, and that was a tough game. That
broke Tavion Hart. That broke Tavion Hart.
That was a tough game. So now
felt good to be right.
Is Tom Brady done in terms of not talent? Because Tom Brady is still phenomenal, but is he gonna sit down and just be like that's my career, or do you think he's gonna try to run it back one more time?
Well, he got put on his ass plenty much in that game, which is what I predicted. I said that. I said they're gonna not you probably gonna blank this out, but they're gonna fuck Tom up in this game, and I kept saying that, and I was like, that defense as one of the best pass, rushing defenses in the playoffs currently in that division. So, I mean, I was like, Von Miller and Aaron Donald ain't no joke, bro.
Ain't nothing to fuck with. And then Pete hit it on the nose too, and I think you said this too. In terms of the Rams' defense, were built to beat Brady, because they should have beat them before, and they did. I think. Aaron Donald was hurt, and they didn't have Von Miller. I'm thinking that Tom Brady comes back and runs it back, mainly because Tom Brady didn't take as much of a pride hit in that game compared to if he would have lost to like a lower level team. The Rams are that team, and that's the team that people are favoriting to win it all. Outside and outside of the Chiefs, but I think he runs it back, and I think they have to get a little bit younger. They have to get a solid offensive line. They have to get a little bit more receivers. They can keep their veteran presence, but Tom Brady needs a little bit better protection now because Tom Brady was never a mobile quarterback, but it's showing more and more.
All right, again, like I said, I'm not the football enthusiast, but I've seen it. I've seen the game, right? I watched that game, right? So what I did realize is fumbles
were
the reason that they got back into this game.
Those. Yeah.
So, and I was joking about it. I was like, Cam Akers ain't getting on this. He getting put in with the baggage on the plane if we lose this game. Like that's my
man's need to get smoked.
They were killing the Buccaneers. When I mean killing, they were in that ass. And Tom Brady couldn't do a damn thing about it. He couldn't even do anything with his goatness to do something about it. It is errors on the Los Angeles Rams part that got the Buccaneers back into that game. And with Tom Brady's leadership and chess-like mentality, they climbed back into the window. And then ultimately they gave the Rams what most teams give to Tom Brady, and they gave them the clock, which is something that you don't do with a very skilled quarterback. And remember, we was like, this game is going to make or break Matthew Stafford, because everybody says is he really a good quarterback, or is he just everybody just blowing smoke? And he showed that he's really that good of a quarterback, because he clock managed and he hit Cooper Kupp twice, got that field goal, and walked off the field like, look, I'm here. This ain't Detroit.
And then we have to give some credit. We have to give credit to the revitalized Odell Beckham. I'll tell you one thing, and I said this in the video before, and I'm going to say it again. And shout out to Drizzy.
It's good, fam.
Odell Beckham wasn't the problem. Odell Beckham was not the fucking problem.
Been saying it.
I know you've been saying it, and I've been saying it too, but Odell Beckham was not the fucking problem, y'all. Baker Mayfield is garbage.
And Eli Manning was getting old. What can you do?
Eli Manning was getting old and unprotected. Did we not see half the time Eli Manning, the offensive line, like, Olay, and then everybody was running through?
And just because I got blocked doesn't mean I'm still not going to say it. Those who think Eli Manning is a better quarterback than Peyton Manning should be shot. That's stupid.
Eli Manning is not a better quarterback than Peyton Manning. Eli Manning has better playoff moments than Peyton Manning. If we're gonna be real, Eli's moments in terms of his road war, getting to the Super Bowl and beating them, but beating the Patriots, the undefeated Patriots at that time, that's amazing. But if we're gonna look at quarterback for quarterback,
shout out to that defense.
Yeah, shout out to that defense. Peyton Manning is that guy. Eli was that guy for the NFC East. And that's not saying much.
Eli got put on his ass more than Peyton.
Absolutely, because everybody wants to protect Peyton Manning.
That's what I'm saying. If we compare certain, like, all right, we took this GOAT talk, right? And I know we're kind of getting on schedule, right? We're talking about this GOAT talk, right? I'm not by any stretch of the imagination. I would never get on the airwaves and say that Aaron Rodgers is better than Tom Brady. Tom Brady has 7 freaking rings. He's been in the Super Bowl more times than we can count. I lost count. It's just amazing what he's capable of doing. Some people could say that it's Bill Belichick, but Bill Belichick ain't the one that's slinging that pigskin. It's Tom Brady. He's the one that's in these pressure moments. Yes, he has guidance, but yes, he's also on the field with a certain level of talent that he has.
Right.
But if we're going to go skill for skill, we're not going to sit here and pretend like Aaron Rodgers is not that guy because certain shit happened in the playoffs. Again, statistics and accolades don't tell the whole story. And that's a lot of the argument me and Pete have a lot. Yeah. We'll argue stats and shit. And I'm like, yo, you can't go by numbers. Numbers don't tell you the whole story. They could tell you Kobe scored 81 points, but they're not going to show you. You hear Kobe scored 81 points, you think Toronto was trash. No, Toronto was washing the Lakers that whole game, and Kobe had to step up and do some.
Without that 81, the Lakers aren't winning that game. The game would look nasty. And then
exactly.
Going back to your point, all these quarterbacks have different skill sets, but to compare, like I think Aaron Rodgers is top 10 all-time quarterback.
Definitely. 100%.
I think he's top 10 all-time quarterback.
Accolades, definitely top 10.
Yeah.
Skill-wise, he's top 5.
Skill-wise, top 5. Peyton Manning, top 5 quarterback. Tom Brady, the top quarterback. And, I didn't watch a bunch of Joe Montana and everybody else, so I can't be like, that was that. But in my era and some of other people's eras, Tom Brady has been the man. And 2 more things for football. 2 more things. We spoke about the 49ers and the Bengals. Do you think this will be an upset special this year and we will get the 49ers and the Bengals in the Super Bowl?
Hell no. 49ers reign of terror has ended. They're going to go up against
Reign
a
of
team
terror.
that defense. Yeah, they're going to go up against a defense that can maintain them and probably definitely can contain Debo. He's not going nowhere. He's not going nowhere.
Not goddamn Debo, bro.
It's not like Jimmy G is a spectacular quarterback because he's not. We're not going to do that. And that defense that the 49ers have, yeah, they're good. They're not containing freaking Cooper Kupp. Let's get that straight. That's just or Odell Beckham Jr. at that. So I mean, and Matthew Stafford is what everybody thinks he is. He's an elite quarterback, and he's here to stay. And he's showing everybody, look, it wasn't me. Detroit sucks. It is what it is.
Yeah, when Megatron left, who did he have to throw to?
Exactly. So when it comes to the 49ers, that Cinderella story ends in LA. We're not even going to second guess it or think it. But when it comes to Cincinnati now, again,
that's the
Joe Burrow is, again, he turned that franchise around. We're not going to pretend like he didn't. He definitely turned that franchise around from, what he did in LSU to where he's at now.
Yep. Shout out to Katie from the Raw Zone. They're doing a lot of big things. Shout out to Michael Bostic. Shout out to Live Johnson. Shout out to all of them over there.
Big Mike. That's my guy.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like I said, man, the only potential of a possible upset, and like I said, I wouldn't be shocked. And I've been calling it pretty much this whole postseason. I've been saying like I wouldn't be shocked if certain things happen. Like I know I've been getting ramsacked about the freaking Packers all week, but I was also on record of saying, look, it could go either way, and I wouldn't be shocked if the 49ers upset them because Green Bay can't do nothing about that Russian.
Yeah, the same way the Cowboys couldn't.
Exactly. But, so I mean, again, ultimately, it became a game of special teams. Okay. Nothing you can do about that.
Right. One last thing in football before we move forward. Sean Payton is stepping down as New Orleans head coach. But
Lord,
them boys looking for they said they're gonna keep Mike McCarthy to next season, to end the next season. Listen, that's y'all funeral in Dallas. If y'all want to do that, God bless y'all. If y'all want to do that. But where do you see Sean Payton going? Because I'm sure he's going to be more of an analyst than anything before he gets picked up. But there's 9 vacant coaching spots. Do you think he gets picked up this year? Because he has 3 years left on his contract. So basically, they would have to give New Orleans compensation. They
have to trade him.
Yeah, they would have to trade him.
They own him for 3 years, right?
Yeah, he has 3 years left. So, what he had this year, this was a spectacular season for what he had this year. This man deserves a damn gold medal. I know we don't give out participation awards, but man.
I'm not gonna hold you, and I know everybody's probably been saying it this week. I haven't really been keeping my ears to what's going on ESPN because I already knew what to expect. It was going to be a shit on Aaron Rodgers week, which I was not trying to hear or take a part of.
To be fair, ESPN we're going to do it way harder than we did.
I know that's why I've been avoiding it. Again, I'm a fan of First Take. I'm a fan of Undisputed. I wasn't trying to hear none of that. I know Stephen H. probably been getting it just as worse as I have. But again, it's not something that nobody doesn't know when it comes to Aaron Rodgers. So I mean, it is what it is. But Sean Payton, great quarterback. I just think it's one of them.
Great coach, one of them quarterback.
Yeah, you know what I meant. I'm tired. But yeah, he is a great coach. I think it was one of them times where the year hit him and he realized like Drew Brees ain't there.
Drew Brees ain't coming back.
Drew Brees ain't coming back. I'm stuck with these people.
Damn, look what I'm stuck with. All right, damn. You know what?
Stuck with 30 for 30.
I'm washing my hands in this.
Like, you know what? I'm gonna take a mental break. I gotta think about my mental health.
My mental health come first, bro. Yeah, my mental health converted, bro.
Yeah, I gotta bow out. COVID's running wild. I got James Winston.
Right, that's it. I'm scared.
I gotta go.
I'm scared. I'm gonna get a. Listen, if I am Sean Payton, I am shook.
He's saying like I got y'all through Hurricane Katrina. Y'all gave me another hurricane. This is
right.
Not.
I got you through Hurricane Katrina. I got y'all trip. I don't deserve this because the minute this man throw 5,000 yards and 30 interceptions with 30 touchdowns, I'm fired anyway. So
this is
I'm
not
washing my hands of this.
I'm not gonna hold you. I don't think they would have ever got rid of Sean Payton.
Nah, he would have retired. He would have retired this thing.
Because he coached them to a really decent season. Even with all the injuries and all the COVID-19 hits, he coached them to a pretty decent season. They beat the Buccaneers and they beat Green Bay.
They beat the Buccaneers twice.
Exactly, and they held Tom Brady to no touchdowns. So, I mean, that says a lot. You know, and then they spanked Green Bay opening weekend.
We was over
and held Aaron Rodgers to no touchdown. So that's another thing. Now I look at it like they you know, he's a really good quarterback. He's a really good coach. So if Jerry, look, here's the problem with this. I don't see Jerry not being Jerry. And Sean Payton had a lot of say-so in New Orleans. Again, like I said, he kind of like made
he ran
it. He made that his baby and it flourished. He even got Drew Brees to become the Drew Brees that we know of today. That's behind Sean Payton. So it's like if you give him Dak, I see Dak becoming a way better quarterback, making a lot better decisions. Maybe he'll get rid of Zeke and let Jerry know that contract ain't worth a damn. Look, I'm being honest. So it's like I look at it like if he ends up in Dallas, that is a problem. We can never joke on Cowboys fans.
Yeah, we can. Because the Cowboys will find a way to fuck it up.
Especially if Jerry stays in his lane, which we don't know if that would ever happen.
No, we know because that's why Bill Parcells wasn't there. Bill Parcells and forget the other name.
Ain't Sean Payton one of Bill Parcells guys?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's not what helped. He was around them. He was around the Cowboys for 3 years. So he knows Jerry Jones, and he knows Jerry Jones pretty well because they communicate with each other. But I don't think he's gonna be like, you know what?
I heard a story. I don't know if it's true. Is he the one that told him to get Romo?
I don't know. I hope not.
No, I forgot where I heard that. I heard that like
we'll look up.
A while
we'll look that
back.
up. We'll definitely
I heard that like a while back. It must have been like a book that I read. It was something about something about Jerry because I was deep diving into Cowboys. I went through that wormhole, and yeah, it was because I was trying to understand why they so goddamn important in the world of sport.
So
go figure.
Go figure. How about them Cowboys? Anyway, moving on to baseball. All right. Roger Clemens and Barry Bonds have basically been locked out the Hall of Fame. Big Papi Ortiz is in the Hall of Fame. He got his Hall of Fame nod. He's the only person to make the Hall of Fame this year as well.
That is privilege.
That is privilege. Anyway,
it's their game.
It is. So, as much as David Ortiz is brought to the sport, we cannot deny the presence of Barry Bonds, who, as we said amongst each other, has had a Hall of Fame career prior to the whole steroid scandal. Remember Roger Clemens? I don't know. He told on everybody, so I'm not sure he deserved to be in the Hall of Fame.
He told on himself, dumbass.
Yeah, he told himself and told on everybody. So, but we're going to focus solely on Barry Bonds. Do you think that they should kind of look away to the whole steroids thing, and because his numbers pre-steroids were Hall of Fame worthy?
I think he led in bases stole, right?
He led in a lot of categories.
I never did understand the like I said, me and Pete was kind of. I was actually shocked that Pete agreed with me because I didn't see the big like. I understand baseball purists look at it as if you're cheating the game, but again, technically he never tested positive for it. Motherfuckers be snitching. It is what it is.
Ryder Clemens, Mark
But
McGuire, snitching.
I heard a clip from Stephen A. He said something that resonated with me. It was more or less like all these people that you're holding out of the Hall of Fame because of steroids, like your Sammy Sosa's and your Mark McGuire's and your Barry Bonds and your Pete Roses. They were your highest point in money at the time of their height. So you made money off of them. Now you're gonna pretend like they didn't exist. How does that make sense?
MLB sound like the NFL.
MLB sounds like old people gate holding and not realizing.
It sounds like old white people gatekeeping. That's what we're gonna. That's what it is.
It's not the 40s no more. I mean,
it's not the 40s no more. I'm not saying it in a racist way because Mark McGuire and Rodgers Clemens are white. So
white as hell.
Whitey white. But
I know they was counting.
But because they're held out of the Hall of Fame, but at the same time, it's like you make it such a good old boys club where, and Tavia said this before, if half these people in the Hall of Fame was probably putting their hands on their family, y'all probably like, oh, I got nothing to do with the game.
Shit, half the Hall of Fame were racist.
Right.
Well, I treated Jackie Robinson like shit. I didn't have no moral clause then.
Right. Half the Hall of Fame was using a hard R every time, but
X.
I don't know. Anyway, but we'll definitely talk more about that once Pete and Tay come back next week. Now, the final topic. James Harden wants out of Brooklyn.
Allegedly.
I kind of saw this coming.
We all did.
I think you did as well, and I think it's mainly because I really think that they're like, oh, it's living in Brooklyn. Whatever. I think it's the whole not being able to play the big threes thing. Like, you got traded over there to play with two of the best.
He held a ransom.
He held the Rockets ransom by their drawers to be like, yo, trade me here or I'm
not signing nothing.
I'm not signing nothing. And he still didn't sign it, and he got traded. And then the Nets traded away pieces that are looking phenomenal in other places now. For Kyrie Irving, who can't play home games. Well, not traded for Kyrie, but Kyrie Irving can't play home games. Kevin Durant is hurt. So James Harden is basically doing it on his own.
With Patty Mills.
So if you're James Harden, do you test free agency? Because it's really the only teams that have cap space this summer is like Orlando, Detroit, and like Oklahoma City.
Bro, let's be realistic. All right. I hear all that. I want to test free agency noise. If you're doing free agency, it's solely for the money. And regardless, you're not going to make no more money anywhere else other than Brooklyn because they have your rights. They can give you the max regardless, especially since they rescinded Kyrie's offer. That's one. Two, where is your best opportunity to be able to make money and still be able to be a competitive threat? Again, if all three players are on the court, they are very hard to beat. You put two of them on the court at the same time, they are still hard to beat. So, and I like I said, that's why I said it could be allegedly. He could be frustrated. He could be frustrated because he's still dealing with getting injured, and the roster is pretty shaky because again, you don't know who you're gonna have and on the court doing battle with you. You can't say it's because you're losing, bro. You're third in the Eastern Conference. Relax. It's not that
Right.
deep.
You're third in the
You want-
Eastern Conference.
And you're probably a half a game away from first.
And the teams that's ahead of you are actually better than you guys. So it's not a problem. It's like they're actually those teams that's ahead of you are actually complete teams. Chicago and Miami have been playing the best basketball.
And you beat both
this
teams.
season, and you beat them both. And then, not to mention, Milwaukee has been kind of like under the radar, so you never know what you're gonna get out of them. You have the Hawks that you can clearly beat.
The Hawks are about to be rebuilding. They're about to rebuild, and I don't even understand why.
Why? What happened?
Apparently they got everybody on the market except for freaking Trey. Clint Capella's on the market, Gallinari's on the market. They already got rid of Solomon Hill and Cam Reddish.
Solomon Hill had to go anyway, but
yeah. But they got a lot of players on the market. Like I said, the East is a scramble, but it's a competitive scramble, right?
Mm-hmm.
If with this Kyrie shit lurking, not knowing if he's gonna play or not knowing if they're gonna put up the money for him to play, and him only playing away games currently, right?
Yeah.
If they're in the same seating that they are now and the playoffs will start today, there's no team beating the Brooklyn Nets. Because then they're on the road. There's no team beating it. There's no team beating.
Well, if they're in third, no, they don't. They have home court.
They have home court up until the second round. Well, the second or third round.
Yeah, they'll have home. They'll have home. Well, and that also depends on the first two rounds. The first round.
So you mean to tell me they can't beat Charlotte? They can't beat. I don't even remember. Atlanta's not in the playoff picture at all. The Knicks.
Oh, man, I don't know. Wait. So right now the current stand. Oh, they're fourth. So the Heat are first. Chicago second.
They lost last night.
Yeah. Cleveland is third.
Shock me. Harlan is nasty. I'm not going.
Yeah. If they had their full squad, Jesus Christ, man.
But guess what? A lot of that is players that were on the Nets.
It was just one player. No, it's just one player.
They had a lot of picks too.
Oh, well, those picks
for the Nets.
Yes, but those picks don't go into effect till this year.
Well, whatever.
So, what else? The Nets are in fourth. Philly's in fifth, and Philly is surging because them and the Nets have the same record.
Still beatable.
I don't know who's holding Joel Embiid for.
Who's holding Kevin Durant? Can
Kevin Durant stay on the court?
Yes, he could.
Okay.
When he gets healthy, it's a wrap. Man's averaging 30.
The Bucks are in sixth. The Hornets are in seventh, and the Celtics are in eighth. Now, if we're looking like from 4 down, the Sixers, the Bucks, yeah, like
beatable.
I don't know. Everybody's pretty much beatable. And if you look at like I said, the playing game, you basically have the Hornets versus the Wizards and the Celtics versus the Raptors. And then
the Celtics are surging.
The Celtics are surging right now. They're playing a little bit better. They're a game over 500. The Raptors are 500. The Wizards are 2 games under 500. Now, the Wizards are just pretty much placeholders right now. If the Knicks until people get healthy, and then if the Knicks figure it out.
No, the Knicks ain't making the playoffs. I succeeded in that thought. Keith, you were right.
I tried.
I know you've been waiting to say that. Keith, you're right. They're not making the playoffs.
So
not until they get rid of Julius Randle.
Yes. Get rid of him. Have Zion go on a workout plan and get him, and then that's.
Well, he's a free agent soon. This year, if I'm not mistaken.
No, he's on a rookie deal, so he can whatever offer he can get matched. So he's not.
And the Knicks can offer him anything.
The Knicks can offer if you don't re-sign Julius Randle. Well, Julius Randle got the bag already. So
yeah, he just re-signed for 4 years. Allen Houston shit. They're doing Allen Houston shit all over again.
Allen Houston's contract was nasty, but
Julius Randle for that amount of money and for that long a time, that's nasty.
The only thing about Allen Houston I would give is the fact that Allen Houston was there a little bit longer than Julius Randle was with the Knicks.
And he contributed more.
But the problem with that is just that it was a different time for back then, and you can give away money now because of inflation and stuff like that.
Million.
117 million is gonna be nothing by in 2 years. You know that.
Well, Julius Randle ain't worth 117 million. I'm sorry.
He's not, but for 4 years, 117 million. That's nothing but like what? That's like almost 30 million a year. So,
All-Star break. We need Randy on here so he can get the smoke. Show us some bag of goods. He gave us a whole sermon twice.
Oh yeah.
He gave us a whole sermon twice for the Knicks to be shit.
T.
No, shit. I said it right.
Nah, shit and shitty. But rounding off one last thing in basketball, right? Anthony Davis came back last night. Played the best basketball I've seen him play against Joel Embiid at that.
I give him his flowers. That was dope. He played against somebody that's his height, that's in his level of play.
In his skill set.
Do it to Giannis.
And they gave him buckets.
Do it to Giannis.
Who's doing that to Giannis, bro?
He needs to do that. If we put hand to hand, Anthony Davis is supposed to be a better player than
Anthony
Giannis.
Davis is more skilled than Giannis Antetokounmpo. Giannis is just has that instinct.
He's not soft.
He's not soft. When I was saying the whole Shaq thing, that's what I was meaning. Like you never see Shaq shy away from going. You never saw Shaq shying away from going against anybody. Like he went at Akeem, and even though Akeem dropped him off too, he dropped Akeem off too. You saw him go right. Ben Wallace ain't drop on Shaq, but
he ain't drop on Shaq, but he dropped.
He'll
go. He ain't scared of nothing. He knew he wasn't better than certain players, but that didn't stop him from going.
Yeah, defensively, he knew he can stop almost anybody. Giannis Antetokounmpo has that defensive mindset and all that. So
when he getting dunked on.
He got dunked on that one time by Blake, and it was crazy.
He got dunked on twice this season.
All good shot blockers get dunked on. It's cool.
That's a fact. Sorry, Alonzo Mourning. He ain't been the same since.
Ooh. Alonzo Mourning said, Vince Carter said Alonzo Mourning was mad at him.
My man said, I got to retire. This ain't it. I got my ring. This ain't it.
Bro, hip to hip, bro. Like, excuse me.
He climbed the ladder. That shit was
disrespectful. Y'all, this is supposed to be a brotherhood. Like, you're not supposed to do that. Like, Vince, you disrespectful.
I couldn't stop hearing Jeff mouth in the lunchroom after that. I was like, I can't even talk. That was bad. That was bad.
That was something else, man. That was something else.
This card in the Nets uniform was entertaining as hell. I'm not gonna hold you.
It was entertaining as hell, man. That's what like I said, I like the Nets from back then, but like when they got into the championship and they got trounced twice. But when Vince got there, it was just a whole nother energy to that Nets team. But all right, real quick. Yo, who you got winning the Royal Rumble? This is a rapid fire. I know it was unexpected because I didn't write it down. But if you had to pick one person out of just off the top of your dome, who do you think is winning the Royal Rumble?
I'm not gonna hold you. I'm praying Bray Wyatt comes back.
All right. So that ain't gonna happen.
It ain't gonna happen,
bro. If Bray comes back, I'm gonna cry. I ain't gonna lie to you.
You gonna cry. You better hope. I'm hoping that this storm passes and I can get to New York. That's what I'm worried about. I can't.
I thought you were driving down today.
I'm driving tomorrow morning. Bro, I didn't sleep in 2 days.
You need to sleep, and if you're gonna go, you might need to go like early, like if you need to go to sleep, you might need to go to sleep like right after this.
Well, I gotta wait till morning anyway. I gotta wait till she get back so I can get the kids ready to take them. I'm dropping them off in Pottstown.
Okay, so when driving, be safe. Jobs to the Job Chairs Network, all the shows.
Give me your pick.
Oh, my pick to win the Rumble.
There's 2 Rumbles.
Oh,
what?
Who's winning the women's Rumble? I'm sorry.
Who's winning the Royal?
Yeah, surprise.
It's either Bianca or Bailey. Those are my 2 picks.
If Bailey is coming back, I would pick.
She's coming back.
I would pick Bailey, but you know what? I would be surprised if they pulled the trigger and let Mickie James win the Rumble.
That would be sneaky work. Matter of fact, scratch that. Alexa Bliss.
Oh, Alexa Bliss.
Doing it for my baby.
Bliss got some smoke with Charlotte, so that could be Mania right there.
Doing it for my baby.
For me,
it's Alexa Bliss or Bianca.
For the men's, Drew might win. I don't like Drew might win. I feel like in my heart that Drew might win. And then for the women, I'm thinking Bianca. I don't think Sasha's going to be cleared, so it won't be Sasha. If Bailey's cleared, possibly Bailey. But I do see the whole Alexa Bliss thing. But I still think fantasy booking wise, Mickie James would be hilarious for that Forbidden Door stuff if that happens.
I'm just saying though, I love Mickie James. Don't get me wrong, my childhood. I'm not that doesn't make me go. Oh, I want to go to Dallas. It doesn't the Cowboy fans. I don't want to do that.
Yeah, you're right.
No Mickie James. I'm sorry, I don't.
I met Mickie.
Definitely not no Drew McIntyre.
Might as well come stay in Legends with me.
I'm good. I'm good off the Legend of Zelda. I'm straight. I don't need that word.
That's funny.
Well, you can keep that.
Again. Shout out to the network. Shout out to the Job Tears podcast, 2.5 Roasts, His Own Talks, His Own Sessions, us at the Yerrr Sports Show. Everybody who supports, shout out to Dirty Hills, shout outs to Run Them Digits, all the Drizzy's podcasts are good. You got a bunch. Shout out to Shaq. Shaq. That's our boy. Shout out to your boys, your lunchroom crew who be supporting. Shout out to everybody. We definitely love and support you got. Love the support and
shout out to Larry, who I'm gonna curse out on Saturday.
Shout out to Larry Morgan, of course, because Matt gonna curse you out on Saturday. I don't got nothing to do with that. I'm just
because it's about Aaron. He keep getting at me about Aaron Rodgers. Yo, he been posting about Aaron Rodgers all week. He gotta relax. I ain't never heard this man talk about Aaron Rodgers. It used to be Brady that he talked so bad about.
You can't talk bad about Brady.
Yes, you could. He lost.
Brady just won the Super Bowl last year.
Okay, his PBR rating was trash against Matthew Stafford. I don't want to hear that. We're not going to do that.
Anyway, like I said.
Blaming on him being old. Go ahead. I told his old ass to suit up in the first place. Mad because his mouth got busted. Should never been talking shit.
That's why his mouth got busted, because he was talking shit?
Yep.
All right, bet. But for the voice of a generation, Pete Rosado, for the Queen Tay, for BK Matt and myself, the voice of generation. Oh no, I'm not the voice of generation.
You are definitely
the
not.
Soul of R&B.
And to all you Cowboy fans that lost the same way that Patrick Mahomes won. Still them boys.
It's your boy again, Big Baby, signing off. Peace.